Welcome to the Natural Baddies Show. My name is Shelly Mae, and I'm so excited that you are here, and I hope you're ready to hear some inspiring stories, some inspiring women who are complete 100% certified natural baddies. Now, that is the goal with this podcast. I'm so excited to bring you guys these different interviews and these different perspectives that maybe push you a little bit, poke at you a little bit in a good way to help you grow, get out of your comfort zone. Like I said, feel inspired and hopefully help you embody your own version of what it means to be a natural baddie. As I was trying to determine the name for this show, there were so many different names and titles that I was coming up with. And what it came down to was a word that I feel like kind of encompasses what it means to be a baddie. So I went on Urban Dictionary and I was looking at these different definitions, and it didn't really resonate fully. Some of the definitions were saying, women that are 100% independent, she can take care of herself, she's on fleek all the time. And I don't think that that's it, right? Like, it's good to be independent. It's good to take care of yourself. It's good to feel confident in yourself. But I think when it comes to being a natural baddie, to me, that just means so much more than just that. To me, a natural baddie means someone who's in her power, someone who is connected to her intuition, someone who allows herself room to grow and doesn't try to be perfect or fit in a box, someone who gives a middle finger to the status quo, someone who is willing to get outside of the cultural norms to find their truth, to find their path, and allowing space for them to also be vulnerable and to mess up and to not be perfect. Also, think that being a natural baddie means that you are connected to the natural rhythms of life. And that, I feel like, also bleeds into your intuition. So how you perceive your intuition, how you connect to it, and what you feel like is true for you is not just in one vertical of your life. That means that you feel connected to your body. You also are connected to your emotions. You're also connected to your mental state and also your physical state. All right. So I want to give you a little bit of backstory about how I got here to being in front of this mic in the first place. So I come from a very big family in a very traditional home. So I was raised with a lot of rules and a lot of boundaries. I internalized when I was younger, and later in life found that those beliefs and that way of living no longer served me. But that required me to go through having to let go of what people thought of me, having to say no to living in a certain way and being okay with that, and allowing myself the space to actually figure out what is my truth and what do I want and how do I want to live, and giving myself space to be free in that exploration. So I'm 9th out of 10 kids was a lot of people that influenced me and that I had relationships with. And so I know that it can be hard as you're growing and as you're learning to get out of your comfort zone and to try things, especially if you're the only person in your circle or in your family that is stepping outside of the norm to do that. But I promise you, there are other people that want to find their truth, that want to find self-love, that want to find their own version of healthy and what that means to them and live it. And so I hope to inspire you through that. So leaving my family norms was one huge step for me that was really difficult to get out of and to break out of. But as I kept going on the journey and finding my truth, I started my own business. After I started my business, I started working with clients, and this is specifically in the beauty industry. And as I was working with clients, I realized that there's like this common narrative that so many of us are seeking external validation. And I realized that even within my own self, that program in me, all the fear that's projected on me about what other people say about me and that I should do the right thing, stifled my creativity. It stifled my own inner self-trust to actually be curious and try new things and get out of my comfort zone. And so I'm so grateful for entrepreneurship, because I already, by starting my business and quitting a 9 to 5, had to learn to trust myself and learn to trust in the process. And that evolved into creating courses and doing coaching and taking many programs and learning from people and doing podcasts and all these other things that built my skill set and built my confidence. And so I've realized over time that your confidence is actually only built through doing the hard things, through action. You can't just wish your way into confidence. So real confidence comes through moving through the hard things and recognizing that there's so much strength and character that's built in moving through that. Along with my entrepreneurship journey, I had a lot of self-healing that I went through in my own personal life with certain patterns and different experiences in childhood and relationships that were somewhat abusive, that I had to break certain patterns within myself that was allowing people to treat me a certain way, or that I was internalizing their beliefs that they put on me, that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't worthy, I should or shouldn't be doing certain things, which is just a bunch of because at the end of the day, only what you think about yourself matters the most. Now, I think it's important to surround yourself with people who give you a signal that you can trust, who want the best for you, who have your best interest in mind, right? I think that that's key. That's huge part of growth is relationships, right? So this whole new Miss Independent, don't need anybody mentality, I understand is a part of the journey when you're breaking away from toxic people or toxic environments or toxic situations. But eventually you need to find people that you can trust, that can give you a signal, that can give you feedback into your patterns or your toxic traits, so to speak, that you can change. Relationships and self-healing and personal development and entrepreneurship have been a part of my life for so long that it's just what I do. And I don't identify with that as much anymore. I just have realized that getting out of my comfort zone helps me grow the best. And so I'm here getting out of my comfort zone, bringing to you guys a show, being myself, talking about all the things, health and wellness and entrepreneurship and motherhood, and bringing on other brilliant women who are in their genius or in their zone of creating something that is pushing them, that is helping them learn lessons. Because, right, life is just giving you feedback all the time. And so you can either see the lesson in that, you can take these experiences and make it help you grow, or you can become the victim of life. And I was sick of being the victim. I was sick of blaming people. I was sick of getting to the point where I feel like other people had a grip on me and my life and what I did and my energy and what I did with it. So I just was like, you know what? I'm done with this. And it led me on this crazy journey of ups and downs and topsies and turvies. Within this last year, I've become a mother and I have a beautiful bonus daughter as well. She gave me a glimpse of motherhood before my current biological daughter came into this world. And that has shifted so much for me. So I'm relearning who I am now. And I'm excited to be on this show because I'm excited to learn more and to just have a different open mind. I know that along my journey before becoming a mom, I went away from organized religion and more into spirituality. I realized after giving birth and through becoming a mom that I still held on to so much identities around certain beliefs that were limiting me. So I'm opening up my mind. I hope you can open up your mind. I hope that you can get a lot from this. I hope that if this podcast triggers you, that you can look within, that you can find what it is that is maybe blocking you from allowing someone else to either have their experience and honor that your truth is different, or to kind of get curious and see where in my life am I beating myself up, or am I feeling like I'm right? Because it's not about being right or above anybody. It's about having confidence, and confidence, real confidence and real self-love doesn't come from you thinking that you're better than people. It's not about faking it till you make it. You got to face these parts of yourself that come up and move through it and ask yourself what it is that is bringing up this resistance in me. So I invite you into that. If you guys have any questions, I want you to put it in the comments below. We're going to touch also on motherhood, postpartum, natural birth. I was able to give birth naturally, change my life, transform my life forever. And I can't wait to talk about all that stuff. So thank you for coming on to the Natural Baddies podcast. Once again, my name is Shelly May. I am your host. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the podcast to spread this fire of love. Yeah.